What's good? What's good? What's good? I hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves and all of that good stuff and whatever and what's not. I am going to get you guys your messages for the day. I'm going to work on spirit in first and we will go from there. Holy Spirit, pure divine white light of the Most High God, I call you into this message. I ask that you grant me the ability to deliver clear and concise messages to the listener as you see fit. We thank you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be. Amen. Ashe. Okay, y'all. So, let me run the downloads first. There is something about actually, before I even went out of it, okay, let me say something real quick. First off, shout out to all of you intuitives. Shout out to just everybody that slides through here and you operate within your abilities. You are confident within your abilities, and also to those who are still learning and grasping and processing their abilities. Okay, but yeah, shout out to all of those who are within the esoteric realm field, uh, doing your divination and tarot and all of it. Like, just shout out to y'all. Okay, I'm just sending everybody love at this moment, and even to those who are not, um, you know, practicing certain things. Okay, um, it's no difference as far as whatever. It's just literally me just sending everybody love. But I was wanting to speak directly to um, specific individuals for sure, because I know for those who don't relay the messages that they receive, um, for those of us who do have been or and are presently, it's like one, the turnaround time now for seeing the messages play out, seeing the confirmation, right? Or receiving the confirmation is like, when I tell y'all the level of speed that it's coming in. Now, I can't say obviously it's for everybody on, because we're all on different timelines and whatnot. And things just work differently for each individual, right? Um, but I'm sure for many of those who are like tapped in, baby, when I tell you your confirmations are gonna hit quick and fast and be dead spot on, is man. But those who know I'm talking about, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all seen it. But so I say all this to say real quick. I apologize because I am kind of just rambling. But I don't do this much with y'all. I try to get straight to the point. So let me have my moment, okay? But um, so this is just one specific occurrence. I literally just did a message not long ago. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 videos back, where I spoke to certain individuals evil eyeing you and or speaking bad on your name or things like that, right? And I also spoke to the fact that these same individuals are now having to see what they manifested, okay, what they spoke into life, okay, um what they triggered or put out into the universe as what they wanted to receive back, and they're seeing those things now. And by that I mean, um I spoke to someone sending out a lot of evil eye, and they could be going blind or having issues with their eyes, or needing to I forget all the different like random examples I gave, but like I said, it's obviously gonna be different for many people. I think I went as large as like someone could be going blind to um as simple as someone like um you know getting hit in their face accidentally or something by a kid, and their glasses break, or they scratch up their lenses, or they lose their contact while they're trying to put it in down the drain or something. I don't know. But those were just some of the examples that I spoke to. And anyway, so let me hurry up. And so I look up, okay, and I see something about they. I really don't be wanting to use people's names because, honey, I ain't got time for nobody trying to come for me. Because look, I ain't got no bag for you. You feel me? But D Dash, okay, I'm gonna just say that. Actually just did an interview, and he kept it real, with the world, all right, with what he was going through, or what he is going through presently. And there was a lot of kickback from what I saw. Even me myself had my own personal thoughts, which we all obviously do with many things. um don't mean nothing, okay? Don't stop too much of nothing, because example, it still got released, okay? Anywho, so long story short, the man, and it's funny because I just, yeah, somebody might do that too. Like, you could be one of the people kind of like me, like we'll throw out long story short, story still be long. You be like, really? Anyway, let me be great, okay? Okay, I'm about to get together, y'all, so I can get to the message. Anyway, so dude, revealed that like he's got something going on with diabetes, and that it's affecting his eyesight. Also something, I forget everything because y'all don't be following people like that. I see little stuff pop up and I be like, oh, okay. Plus, there's a lot of times, like, depending on what messages and things I receive, like, Spirit's gonna always make sure it's revealed to me. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, I don't follow every single thing about dude, but I do recall something happened with his teeth. I don't know, like, if they fell out or if somebody knocked them out or what. I don't remember all that. I think they might have fallen out or something. I don't know. Anywho, but something also happened with his teeth and his mouth not too long ago. Y'all can go look all that up so y'all can get the details and specifics. But anywho, my point is, this is an example um, of exactly what I meant. Okay, for a minute now, for those who kind of know, like, that this specific person has been kind of getting online and speaking certain things when it comes to certain individuals. Um, Probably, and then that's allowed, right? So we have no idea what this individual has been, um, speaking about this person behind the scenes, what types of looks they've given this person, if they've seen them in person, or even if they just see them online or stories about them. And it's like it's coming to the forefront. So, like I told y'all, yes, you may not know what certain people are saying or doing or sending you. Some of y'all can feel it. Some of y'all can actually, like, you might be in it a little bit depending on what your protection system is like and all of that. Um, but mostly, like, they gonna reveal to you who's been being shady. And I say all this to say, so I don't know who listens, who's come across these videos, but somebody got dealings with dude. Okay, that's just plain and damn simple. Somebody has dealings with D Dash, and that dude, you know, it it's very unfortunate. And honestly, um, in no way am I like happy about that man going through anything he's going through. I actually send him a whole lot of love. I actually hope that um, he's able to heal. Hopefully, he actually kind of goes a route that is natural to assist him. I know sometimes it's a little too far gone for you to assist in a natural remedy way. Not exactly, because you can always just do some fasting and let your cells regenerate themselves. But in some circumstances, yes, it's yeah. Um, but I do hope that he's able to, get treatment, regain his eyesight in his fullness. Um, Moreover than anything, on a physical level, as far as his eyes and his teeth and all that, I really just pray that he is able to acknowledge, you know, um, certain things, process certain things, see that certain things are due to certain things that he has said and spoken and looked at in certain ways. But yeah, I don't know, because he did the interview and I was just like, sir, you could just heal first and then tell us what you need to tell us. You know what I'm saying? But then you got people who's like, well, should he a real one? Because he didn't have to do the interview and he did it anyway to show us the real. And I was just like, I mean, yeah, got a point. So, hey, everything's about perspective, right? Anywho, so yes, that was why I said all that. Okay, and long limbed is because that is an example of something that I saw from a reading. Um, but yeah, listen, like I told y'all, I don't know who listening. Okay, all right. But baby, you're spiritually ranked, and that's just what it is. Okay, don't know your rank, but just know it's high level shit. Okay, and spirit don't play about you, and you know that. But it's just your extra confirmation. Okay, and if y'all resonates, listen, Linda. Somebody's name could be Linda as well. But definitely, yeah, go on down to the description box, get the details, okay? Whether that be for you to get a specific reading for your specific energy, okay? The information is down below and how to go about that. Also, donations are very much accepted, okay? Um, that information is down below as well, and it is not a request or requirement, obviously. However, it's just showing love and sowing the seed, um, and pretty much investing in yourself, but ultimately showing love, to me, for providing you with whatever resonated with you, okay? Anywho, so let's move forward to your message. I apologize for it being long-winded because it definitely was like the first 11 minutes of your video, and generally I don't do that. So rock with me. Let's keep it going. Um, so there's something also about okay, so there could be something about somebody in their skin. I actually been speaking about this in quite a few readings, because I've spoken quite a few times about somebody drinking chlorophyll, using turmeric, and kojic acid and things like that. So someone could just very well be focused on, like clearing up your skin. Maybe you have blemishes, dark spots, that type of stuff going on. Okay, so all of those things are very helpful. Okay, um, what was I about to say? And more so, moreover, like, let's be real, y'all. What we put in our bodies has a big impact on what comes out of our bodies, whether that is from, okay, your special hole that's in your posterior, or, or through your face and pores and armpits and your chest and your back and all of that, right? That is why we pop up with, just random skin tags and pimples and things like that, because these are things that are trying to remove itself from our body because it does not belong there. Okay. But anywho, the toxins. Anywho, moving forward. There is someone who has an issue with you or had an issue with you, and they could be a part of the spiritual. Well, let me be clear. This person at one point in time was a part of the spiritual community. This person is someone who uh, would consider themselves to have transitioned from witchcraft into back into like a more religious, Christ like, God fearing energy, basically. Um, and this person could now be kind of like shunning witchcraft and, oh, da da da, da, right? And the thing about it is, this person had to basically take themselves back into their prior religion, um, because they were not operating within the spiritual realm or within their divination in a way that was pure and in a way that was to align and assist the collective. It was more self-serving and more just like, it's making me think of what I just spoke to in another reading about how some people, when they get angry due to the fact that they uh, don't fully know themselves or the different universal laws or just simply how things work when it comes to energy or frequency or purity and integrity. Because see, what people don't acknowledge about integrity is, yes, doing the right thing when no one's looking, right? So people think of that and they think like, oh, well, if I'm, at the register and somebody drops $50 and they're standing right there and I could pick it up and hand it to them, which would be the right thing to do. No, instead, I just take it and I put it in my pocket, which would be, depending on, some people look at it like, oh, it's a blessing. Other people look at it like, um, well, no, that's wrong, because the person's still standing there. You have the opportunity to give it to them and you didn't. So then, therefore, that means that you basically stealing, because you know it was that person's and not yours. You know what I'm saying? But when I speak to integrity, especially for the spiritual intuitives in the spiritual community, the spiritual realm, it's not just simply about your actual actions. It's got a lot to do with who you are on the inside, in your core being, and you checking, regulating yourself and how you handle your emotions. I say that because a lot, and this is a lot of people, because so many people don't acknowledge their abilities, right? Because it's been suppressed, because it's been condemned, and things like that. So when certain things happen, people are just operating within the witchcraft and just don't even acknowledge it. So then it's like you getting all this random karma out of nowhere, and you can't process why all this is going on. When in reality, it's like you were kind of putting this out into the universe. You were giving the universe this energy to say, "Oh well, I was thinking this about this person because I was mad and I was in my feelings. So I was hoping this for them, or I was wishing that this would happen to them, or I would, you know what I'm saying? Wishing people really bad thoughts and wanting bad things to happen and whatever. These were all thought process. They weren't words spoken. Wasn't even probably evil out for some of them. It was literally just them within their own domain or whatever, and sitting to themselves and just thinking terrible thoughts. They could have been scrolling the internet and seen you pop up. Oh, immediate thought. This MF need to blah 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 blah, or I hope blah 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 blah, or just something really low vibrational. And then they start getting spiritually attacked, because whoever you are, baby, when I tell you you are so high ranked, it's insane. People probably can't even fathom the level of your ranking, because in the earthly realm it may not even appear to be. For some it is. For some in the earthly realm it's very noticeable, it's very seen, whether it's from a monetary standpoint, like maybe you got a good bag, you live a good life, things are sweet for you. Others it's more on a level of just your overall energy, your spirit, your glow, your essence, right? um but it's like this person, they attacked you, baby, spiritually, and didn't even know what the wrath was gonna be from it, because they had some insecurities. It's really all it was. They had some insecurities that they didn't know how to process. Um, I feel like they tried, and it just got the best of them. This person is someone who could have had skin problems. Okay, someone could have even tried to do something like on the low to, I don't want to use the word manipulate, but that's what immediately came to me. So it could be for one or two, yeah, but basically to try to like play on you. I feel like someone tried to emotionally play you. I also feel like someone tried to like possibly play you out of money. Like you could have a lot of money, or these people could, or this person could think you have a lot of money, and they try to like run some type of scheme, scam, or something behind the scenes to where you wouldn't know it was them, but they benefited from something. I don't know. The energy is just ugh. I'm gonna tell you that. This could also be someone who is used to kind of probably being called like ugly, or like maybe they just think they're ugly. They could have also kind of come from like an abusive type of background, whether it's just emotionally abuse, like they could have literally been told things like this from relatives, like people they loved or grew up with, or things like that. Like they could have just been put down, never really kind of encouraged or said like, "Oh, you're beautiful," or things like that. So it really kind of made this person like really dark on the inside, and they had just never really knew how to process it. But anyways, I say all that to say, because now this person is like, they, man, listen, when I tell you your spirit team whoop they so bad, like, baby, you know how like when people be fighting, and I'm gonna just say females, because it can happen with males too, depending on if they got locks or something. But like if it's two females and they getting into it, right? And you got that one female, because y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, they take their hand and get that good wraparound grip, that good wraparound grip of some hair, and ain't coming up off. And then they got that other hand, they just going in. I feel like spirit had they in a whole like chokehold, headlock, hair wrapped around their hand, just giving them the straight molly wop, just dragging them, you know what I'm saying? Probably even got their head boom right up against the sidewalk curb type deal. I don't know. It was real. Okay. It was very real for this individual. I'm gonna just tell you that. So real that they got scared in the spiritual realm. Oh no, I don't think I should be messing around in tarot or into reading people or into whatever divination and whatnot they were doing, because from what I'm getting, it wasn't nothing good. Okay. It was plots, it was schemes, it was probably even hiring the people to do dark spell work, or they did it themselves. They were probably burning certain candles or doing certain like pinnacle rituals or what. I don't even know, because I don't move in that realm. I just don't. That ain't my thing. I don't even want to be a part of the energy. I don't even need a pinch of it. You can keep it. Because one thing I know is I don't have to do anything. And that's one of the best parts about once you know your true divine power, you know that you don't got to do none of that. Especially when you know your connection with your spirit team, period. Like, you don't have to do a damn thing. When somebody's trying to come up against you, you can speak your affirmations. You can, you know what I'm saying, all that thing, your protection, whatever. You can do all that if, you know what I'm saying, where your jewelry, your crystal, what you can do all that. Well, ultimately, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. When you know who you rock with, when they rocking with you, baby, they gonna handle that. Especially like when you really just be to yourself, you don't bother nobody, and somebody's just messing with you because they don't like how you look or what you said or where you stay or what you wear or how you move or because you look good or because you turn them down, whatever it is. Okay, spirit ain't about to play that, because touch not my anointed first and foremost. But also, like, leave people alone. That ain't bothering you. It take nothing. That person over there sitting over there minding their business. What you gonna walk over there for and just get starting stuff? Cause you bored? Cause you hate yourself? What? You don't know? Ah, okay. Ew. So, anywho, I say all that to say, there's someone who now all of a sudden they're just this, um, my relationship is with Christ is just, it's grown so much. And forgive me, Father, because I'm not making fun of the individual. I'm really just trying to act out kind of their energy, but I know that it can come off like I'm like I'm trying to be funny or make fun of anyone who is, within their Christianity or any of that, and that is not the case. So please don't take it as that. But hey, I can't take it. I can't do nothing about how you receive it, right? But that's just my point. Like, that's what this person is on now. Now all of a sudden, and this for y'all, it's actually giving me, this is quite a few individuals, but definitely at least one to two. Um, but yeah, it's like they too busy was trying to keep up with you. They still are, mind you. Okay. Now they're condemning everything that you do. Okay. Want everybody to make you feel like, I'm sorry, wants everyone to feel like you're demonic and all these things. Okay. And wants to condemn everything that they once truly fully practiced, which, let me be very clear, it is always okay to change our minds. It is always okay to be more